In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down how you can easily beat most press defenses. So if you find that your team is just not able to beat a press, some of these tactics and some of these tips might be able to help you. So let's get down, let's check this out. But really quick, make sure to go check out my Unbeatable Basketball Defense book down in the description below if you want a killer defense. Okay, so let's start with, of course, the blue team is going to be playing defense. And let's start with a diamond press, a 1-2-1-1. Now, personally, I like to have these two players cross in a press break. That's just my own preference. Some coaches just may have them split, whatever it is, but we want them to get outside of the key. I want my point guard inbounding the ball because what I want at this point, or what's going to most likely happen at this point, is player 3 is going to get that ball and they're going to start trying to force player 3 towards the sideline. Because the whole main goal of a press defense is to get you stuck either somewhere along the sideline in a double team, or preferably on the other side of half, just past half, so that they can trap you in that corner because there's nowhere that you can go at that point. So as soon as that player receives that ball, player 1 needs to sprint inbounds, and we need that reverse pass to happen. At this point in time, we want player 1 to dribble up the court. There's two different ways that we can run this. We can have quick passes here, and that can get that ball past half, but that's usually not going to work because the defense is also pretty quick. They wouldn't be running a full court press if they were not a fast team. So what I like to do myself is to have player 1 to try to attack that gap, which then collapses the defense. We then want to have player 4 come from the opposite side of the court and player 5 to look down court. What we really want to see is that pass to player 4, which then draws player 5, and then a pass down court to player 5 on our team so that he can get an easy layup. Now this would be in the perfect world, and of course basketball doesn't always happen in a perfect world. Which means that player 1 needs to have a pretty good arm to potentially bomb this ball down to player 5. Or have player 5 stay here, where he may be able to get that pass over here, which we want to stay away from the sidelines. But what's going to happen now is we're in a 2-on-1 situation, and now we can attack that rim once again. Again, not in a perfect world, because guess what? Basketball never happens in a perfect world. Our goal needs to be get that ball past half, get it back to the point, and then wait to set up our offense. When that reverse pass happens, we may also have the option to have player 2 set a screen here, and player 1 can dribble the ball up half or to half, and at this point the opposite side goes towards half, player 4 goes down, and we may be able to get that pass to player 5 and then player 4, or just straight to player 4, whatever. There's multiple different options, but the other way to beat it, other than trying to dribble that ball up the middle, is to pass to the middle. And the secondary option is to set a screen on the main defender so that you can go around it. Going up the sideline isn't terrible as long as your main goal is to get back down the middle. But there is a massive issue when it comes to trying to beat a press, and that is players who want to dribble way too much. Ideally, at least with the team that I coached, near the end of the season we were finally starting to get it, and basically, I didn't want to see anyone dribble the ball on a press break. I wanted to see everyone catch that ball and pass right away. Quick passes is going to actually beat a press. There's not every team is going to have a player who's a one-man press break. That's very rare. But if you can make quick passes, just quick passes, and guess what? That works. From what I've seen, a very common half-court press is a 3-2. And there's multiple different ways that we can beat this as well, but one of the easiest ways to beat it is to actually have one of these half-court players set a screen for that ball hand or that main defender up the middle. Player 4 would then cut down, player 3 would then cut down, and then player 1 would use that screen that would draw player 3, and player 5 would roll towards the middle. We want to make that pass right away, and at this point we don't want to dribble. We want to set up our offense. We don't want to dribble at the middle when everyone can collapse on you, because as soon as you dribble, that's a millisecond away where now this player could come and steal the ball, or you're not going to be able to get that pass through. So again, quick passes are important, but getting that ball up the middle is just as important. Another strategy that I like to run is, again, having a player cut to the middle and then a player cut down. Very similar to the last option, where then you draw that defender here, you pass to the middle, and then that's going to draw these players where you can then pass again without dribbling to the player who can get that layup. So overall, some of the easiest ways to beat a press defense is to get that ball up the middle. Quick passes. Nobody holds that ball for more than a second. If you have a lane, you can take that dribble. You can go, but I really want to see passes. Think pass first. A pass first team is going to have a very easy time beating a press. Getting that ball up the middle, setting a screen for the ball handler, and rolling. Make sure to roll. You cannot just stand there after you screen. You have to roll, and that ball handler has to hit the roll man, because if you're screening up the middle, guess what? The weakest part of a zone is the middle. So if you can screen the middle, the top man, and roll towards the middle of a zone and get that ball into the middle of the zone, you've now collapsed that zone. You can kick that ball out for easy layups. It's super simple, but players tend to overreact. They want to dribble right away, and when that happens, you usually get turnovers. I hope that this video has helped you. If it has, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time. Make sure to go check out my Unbeatable Basketball Defense book down in the description below.